It's a beautiful day on planet Wario. Speaking of which, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Wario, and this here is my friend Wario.
Let me get this straight. He's Wario, you're Wario, I'm Wario. Are there any other Warios I should know about?
Hey, how you doing? I'm Wario from WarioWare's Micro Game Emporia.
Hello, everybody. My name is Kamek, and welcome to Wario Land 2 for the Nintendo Game Boy in color.
Real quick, I got off took by the voice itself. What'd you say the name was again?
Kamek. I'm making a reference to the fact that Kevin is going to be voicing him in the Super Mario movie.
Oh,
right.
yeah.
I have no idea what's going to come from that, but James, this is surprisingly in color for a Game Boy game.
Oh, yeah, because I'm playing the Game Boy Color version.
Woo.
Technically, Wario Land 2 did start off as a Game Boy game, and I was debating actually doing that version of the game. Let's skip this, because we're going to be seeing this again later anyway. But, anyway, that being
That
said...
wasn't in color, though. You lied.
I was debating doing the Game Boy version via the Super Game Boy, but it was it kind of hurt my eyes a little bit, so I decided to go back to the Game Boy Color. And,
Makes sense.
probably for good reason, too, because this was one of the first, if not the first big... introduction to the Game Boy Color alongside Link's Awakening DX, but nobody cares about that. We're only here for one thing, and one thing only. The Life and Times of Wario, a biopic.
So,
Wario
somehow,
Land, the animated series.
if you can believe it, in Wario Castle, on Planet Wario, some enemies of ours have somehow found us. Who knew?
I was so discreet. How did they find out?
What clue could have given it away? As he looks around and outside the window, there's a giant the Batman, the Wario signal in the sky. How could they have known? And my treasures.
Or an entire mountain dedicated to Wario, which is literally his face from that one N64 game.
Yeah, Mount Rushmore.
So, these darkened hoodlums who don't suspiciously look like pirates have made off with Wario's treasure and are just making an absolute ruckus of his house and home.
Yeah, no, I mean
They just look like Kirby balls with a fork.
See, I know it was bad enough that they stole his treasure, but they also just pulled a wet bandit on him.
Oh God!
And not only that, they're about to give him a rude awakening.
Oh boy.
Oh God! Now my sewer bills. Now the IRS
Sewer
is
bills?
going after me.
You mean the
and
water
now I'm
bills?
getting woken up. Great.
You could have outright just called it the water bill, and I would have accepted that. But sewer bill. Anyway, so what happens now, James?
I don't always do puns, okay?
So, we start off our day with Chapter 1, One Noisy Morning. Our first story to bat, to turn off the alarm clock.
That's a simple enough task.
It would be a very simple enough task if, Wario wasn't a heavy sleeper.
And if the alarm clock was close by. But I digress.
Wario, that's your cue.
Hey, wake the hell up!
The camera's rolling. Wario.
He's really out of it.
I guess,
Can we keep this rolling? Okay, I'm getting news that the director says just to keep filming. So how long is this?
Okay, rolling.
Trust me, this Warrior man's a natural.
Oh, look, he's having the Wad dream again.
I wet myself.
Oh no, he's having nightmares from harkening back to the old Mushroom War back in Mario World.
Oh, dang. But, yeah. So, fun fact, this game is actually choose your own adventure.
Yeah?
In a sense, yes, because very rarely you'll come across scenarios where if you do something a certain way, the story will more or less change on a whim. And this is probably the most striking example of that. From the very beginning, just sleep past the alarm clock.
So it's handheld version of Shadow the Hedgehog, but better.
Yes.
No, it's a handheld version of Shadow the Hedgehog, except actually good.
Yeah, because it features me, Wario.
And the two are like, wow, Wario sure is a heavy sleeper.
It's the clam burglar.
Actually, it's funny you bring that up because they just toss him out the door, straight up.
Oh, he's awake.
Hey,
Book it!
hey, I know I had my calzones, but come on, man. I'm not that heavy.
So just like that, it's no longer our castle.
Now it belongs to the pirates.
Wah,
What's up, Hype?
I'm sorry, since we mentioned the Claire burglar, you remember in the scene where Patrick cocks his pillow?
What?
Like, I imagine,
yeah.
like, Wario doing a similar thing, only instead, he turns around and he's readying a waft, but as he,
Don't.
but he does
No.
his cheeks like
No, don't.
Oh my god, I want to do this.
First off, no, that's called goatsing. We're not doing that. Number one. Number two.
Sorry.
Shut up.
It's, that's exactly what it would be called. Number two, that's exactly sounds like in character for Wario, but just, I'm sorry, when you say prepares a waft, you're just making me think of that frickin' 4chan copy pasta about the kid who was really into Wario.
Oh no,
And,
that one!
Yes, the one where, like, he just straight up, like, ripped one in a girl's face because she made fun of him after he did, like... Have you ever heard about this, James?
I think I have.
I'm not going to go into the gritty details, apart from what I already just said in horrific detail.
What the
But... But, basically this kid really loved Wario to the point of, he liked to describe Wario as doing things like by saying, he made him like Captain Falcon, where like he would say Wario punch for like everything, or Wario kick. Also, actually, I think James is showing up here that yeah, we covered this in the look at, but I guess now commentary wise, live commentary wise, this was also the start of the the recent trend with Wario games, at least between 2 and 3, that I either was here in full swing or only slightly, but we no longer have a health bar. More so, this game now deals in status ailments.
Yep, for all intents and purposes, Wario is completely invincible in this game.
And drunk.
Yeah.
Just temporarily.
That being said, though, that does not automatically mean the game is, cakewalk because of it. Instead, the game is going to test your wits and your patience in order to...
And your sanity.
Yeah,
Yes.
because the main goal of the game is literally for Wario to make the most out of his environment in order to actually win.
And in
Yeah.
that case, oh no, so, go for it, Hype.
All I was just gonna say is that, like, honestly, just the concept of using Wario's reactions to the environment is honestly a concept I would like to see, like, utilized more often. Like, not even just in a new Wario Land game, even though that would be really nice, but like maybe like a spin-off series where it's like kind of similar in a vein to like Captain Toad, where it's like there's you're in a puzzle room, but the way to solve the puzzle is to use Wario's reactions to things in the environment to solve the puzzle.
So what you're saying is...
Wario's treasure tracker. There, I'm saying it.
No, what I was gonna go at
It
is...
fits!
What you're saying is... Wario Land 2, The New Adventures.
Why not?
If not that, especially since we brought up Toad, I also was thinking of that this would be at last the continuation of the popular Wario's Woods.
Oh my god.
That'd probably be good.
But in all seriousness, yeah, no. So now by basically, yeah, the new mechanic with this is that this is where, for the better, I enjoyed this twist, but this is where Wario became less of an action platformer, more of a puzzle platformer.
Pretty much, yeah, like, kind of why I brought up the way back when, that when you really stop and think about it, I can imagine Wario, like, being a little bit more, you know, why he can be seen as the more manipulative, the more cunning character compared to his doppelganger Mario. Like,
You're speaking the words, man.
he had to earn it somehow, and it's not like he has to just bop on every Goomba he sees. No, he literally has to brute force his way through, while also just outright making the most out of his unique features.
Now, I guess another like potential trivia question is this still being run on the same Return of Samus engine?
I don't believe it is. If not, then it might be like an updated version of it, because this game pretty much controls absolutely nothing like the original Wario Land game, or
Okay.
Virtual Boy Wario Land by comparison. Again, you don't have to worry about lives anymore or a health system. Oops.
You can still charge it.
Or you don't have to press a diagonal, like, jump right combo or jump left in order to, like, move faster.
Yeah.
You could just move in the opposite speed of molasses by this running speed.
There is. Oh,
Yeah, in some ways it definitely is a much more versatile Wario. I mean, I'd still argue that Virtual Boy Wario Land is still probably one of the better controlling Warrios I've ever played in the 2D space.
Oh, I agree.
But otherwise, it's like, this is definitely like again, Wario's pretty much a beast all his own this time around, and I think that's pretty much the Wario that most people remember, aside from his, his whole spit as a game company CEO.
Yes.
Right.
And for those wondering what's going on here, for those wondering what's going on here, there's a block up there that can only be destroyed by a thrown enemy. So James is trying to carefully get an enemy up there, but the issue is that when you're in this sprite of holding an enemy above your head, their hitbox is still active. So if we were to jump right now, we would hit the ceiling and it would be bonked out of our head, our hands, which is why we had to do that.
There you go.
There we go. That's what I wanted to do.
Perfect.
Now then, through here, I believe we shall find our first treasure room.
Oh,
Oh, God.
So what do you say, boys? Want to take a chance?
well, currently it's on hard. So how does this work? Is it gonna be like memory or swapping around?
Basically, it's by memory. The lock that's going to be given to us, like right here, is going to show off a certain character. We need to pick the character on the bottom. Like, you'll see.
And you gotta have a fast eye reflex.
Oh yeah, that's fast.
I want to say it was this one. I hope.
Yeah.
Oh, thank goodness.
Because yeah, well, I was not even. I had no idea. I thought I was gonna show one at a time, but wow, that is like frame by frame. Whew, there you go.
And our first treasure is a pill.
Ah, my vitamins.
Finally, after all that alcohol poisoning, I could use some.
Oh, it was not that. I was almost about to have the reaction of,
Barnacles, I hate the pill.
Woof!
oh jeez, he's mad.
It's like, Mona, do you think I'm old?
Ah, phew!
Oh jeez. Dang.
Now, here's the thing. You might be invincible, but don't get cocky, because if you do get hit, you lose some of your gold, and gold is a precious resource in this game, much like the previous Wario games, in that you need gold in order to actually do all those mini-games that will give you all the treasures.
Right.
And why would you lose money like that, man?
We didn't know.
I say loose pockets.
The other thing I'm noticing here that I was reminded of cruelly, well, not cruelly, but definitely, man, I was spoiled. This would spoil me. Is right now, like, we have a pretty damn good like roster, like good move set, and I realize now that in Wario Land 3 they kind of start breaking up your move set and selling them back to you piecemeal through the Metroidvania aspect of it.
Yeah, which, I mean, it did work in Wario Land 3's favor, to be fair, but it's also one of those cases where it's like, it feels ass backwards.
I would say, like, I wish it was like Banjo-Tooie, where by all means give me more moves, but new ones on top of the ones I already totally know.
Yeah, it probably would have been nicer.
Yeah. What's up, Chris?
I will say, it's like, I can imagine like a scenario where if like Wario Land 3 was like released before, was like released first, then Wario Land 2, I feel like it probably wouldn't be an issue.
Right.
You know, despite the confusing title swap.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
But yeah.
He shall not be missed.
Whoa. Uh-oh.
Damn it.
Which, yeah, now also...
Whoa.
I'm rich!
With my face on it. Each worth 10, even though they really look like they should be worth more.
Ah,
yeah.
man.
Careful. But, okay, so...
I mean, they're a Planet Wario exclusive.
yeah, which... Yeah,
Is it
by the way...
actually the
Oh,
Planet
thank
Wario,
God.
or is it like...
Well, that's just what we call it.
Okay.
Yeah, because, I'm not sure if you've actually gone out of your way to watch our Wario Land, Super Mario Land 3 stuff that actually is going public as of this recording.
Oh, right.
By the end of it, I was able to get the best ending, which,
Yeah.
instead of a castle, he gets his own damn planet.
Super Wario Galaxy, am I right?
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
Okay, so here we go.
Where's
We
my
gotta
paycheck,
try and
Nintendo?
get...
You didn't even make the game
Wait.
yet.
Okay, so how do we play this game, James?
So we gotta answer what numbers on the board. Now, here's what you want to do. You can press the A button to draw out another one, but you gotta pay an additional 50 coins to get it.
That's the... 4. No, it could be 4 or 5 still.
I have
or
a guess.
6.
I have a guess.
Okay,
I
wait.
have a guess.
Okay. Yeah,
Chicken
no,
bone.
that's 4.
Bacon.
Just to be on the safe side, though, I ain't taking chances with these, because I don't want to revisit levels
No,
just to
I'm pretty sure that is a 4.
But I see what you're saying, where like you have to be careful because there's technically 2 treasures on every level.
There are 2 treasures in every level, yes. One, an actual treasure, and a piece of their secret map.
Holy crap, that's a lot of levels we gotta go
That's
through.
how many levels there are in the game, save for the special one you get for getting everything.
Well then.
Basically.
It's kind of a bummer though that that's the one that you have to play the entire level just to get to.
Yeah.
Right, and it's like, if you end up losing it, you're gonna have to pretty much restart that level just to grab it. Now then, we're back at the castle, and we gotta storm it, as if we were a stranger to these parts.
Right, as if we were a Robin Hood.
Why would you be a stranger in Planet Wario? Come on.
I don't know, Mr. Snow.
Wait a minute, you mean Robin Hood?
You mean wobbing?
So I'm robbing my own castle? Man, that idea sounds as good as not getting my parts from Minus.
Minus?
I tried, okay?
Okay. Well, turn that on, which will hopefully turn on some different blocks.
I do believe that opens the way to the castle.
Oh, okay. Fortunately, I still have
Oh.
my Fortunately, I still have my safety key under the rock.
Those birds can
how
really
about
carry him, man.
Yeah, they try anyway. Okay, how about this, Tanooki?
Yes.
Have you ever played Wario Land 2?
Yes, I have.
Thoughts?
I'd say it's like my third or
Oh, that's not the right way.
fourth favorite Wario Land game in the entire series so far. Like, I have
Really?
played
Fourth?
this, like... I'm trying to remember, like, the name, like, the ranking I have for this. It's, like, the two of them are kind of just sort of equal in their own right. It's 4 and 3. This is the third favorite, and the first game, which is, like, Mario Land 3, that was, like, my last,
games are
I
stuck.
believe.
We meet again.
I would say something for, like, Shake It, but I haven't really played that one yet, and I'm still kind of trying to go through with, like, Virtual Boy Wario Land, but that one's pretty great so far.
Oh.
It's even
Shake
even
It,
enhances the
go ahead.
experience when I'm playing it on an Oculus Rift, so
Oh,
there's that.
nice.
Really?
Four, you would like. No, sorry. Okay, tied to it. Shake It, you'd really like if you played 4 before.
I have played Shake It, actually, but it's years ago, so I don't really remember my full experience with it. It's just the music and animation was just god tier during that time.
Oh yeah, no, it was definitely a beast all its own up until artsy fartsy 2D games started becoming a little more mainstream.
I
Yeah.
actually just now realized, Sign James, and I don't know
What's
if
up?
it's the treasure or not, but maybe we have to go back out and flip that block switch one more time, because there was that thing that you had to jump across the birds to, and it was blocked because of, blocks in the way. Maybe if you hit that...
If it means anything, I actually do remember where the treasure room is in this level. It's actually it's literally at the end.
Fair enough. Okay.
If it means anything, when it comes to Wario Land 2, the most I immediately remember from it is primarily with the secret chapter, because that's the one I always tend to go for first.
Well, yeah, because it's a nice... This is an easy enough one that can be done in an afternoon.
Even though you could definitely tell from the level design and enemy placement, this is definitely a level they expect you to come to later.
I mean,
Or a
it's,
chapter they expect you to come to later.
I mean, it's
I
kind
do
of
also
what
have an
I did
idea.
before, so I guess it fits.
I have an idea.
What's up?
What's that?
Assuming the treasure games all work under that same... This is gonna suck. Assuming all the treasure games work under that same memory thing, we could perhaps, depending on how well this works, we could perhaps find a way to cheese the system by having each of us look at different squares on the board to, like, in the sense of, like, it's supposed to having your eyes dart all around. Like, Hype will always look at the ones in the lower left. I'll look at the ones in the upper right. Tanooki will look at the ones in the lower... Like, just trying to find the one that matches that shape.
Or we could just save state and probably just guess.
I mean, you know what? That does lead me to an idea I actually had in mind. And I'll just let that Firefox do its thing before I make my move. I was honestly debating like having it so that I could make it like a sort of a little game per se, where I would challenge one of you guys to guess it on the first go.
Oh,
and if
God.
you get it wrong, then I just load up the save state and actually get it legitimately.
I mean, that
and call
makes-
that a win.
That would match up with what we did back when we... That would
Why
make
is this a power up?
Oh my god!
That was a close one.
Hey, goodness, for this random body of water that was, like, in my castle for no reason.
Oh shit, that was bad placement, because once you start flashing, that's when he starts getting engulfed completely in flames, and you slow down as a result.
I was about to ask James, if one of us win, do we get free art from you?
Aw, nuts.
I'll think about it.
Don't. We didn't do that for Wario Land 1. I'm not putting that on you. We just had fun just gambling our money away.
Well, how do you know?
I mean, you know what? You know what? How about this? Let's call back to the first time we ever tried doing one of these Womentaries or Common Toady back with the Captain Toad stuff. Like, let's just say it's me versus you guys. The more, if you guys win, actually get it right more times than I did, more times than I.
Get it right in the sense of like if you don't have to bail us out.
If you get it right more often than not, then I'll do it. I'll sing a portion of some sort of whatever song with Wario. But if you guys fail most of them, then you guys gotta do a 3-way song.
Okay.
I look forward.
Either way, the audience is listening. Is going. Either way, we're losers.
Oh, come on, are you telling me
that you would not love to hear a Wario cover of Six Bomb?
And Wario's no loser. He's a winner. He's always a winner.
I'm just thinking back to when we started doing that pirate shanty.
Oh!
Uh-oh.
There
Okay, hurry.
we go.
Oh! I'm okay.
Oh, it's fine.
Oh no, not these guys.
Yeah, that's another thing that sets the Wario Land games, at least the later ones, further apart from other platformers, is that
also became Ash.
yes, but the transformations that Wario goes through in this game, whether he's drunk or on fire or flattened, they're treated as both a blessing and a curse.
And for whatever reason, water always manages to restore him.
Can you be able to? Yeah, I think you have to be regular Wario to go
what
through
could
the
you
door.
say? I act like a sponge.
Pretty much.
But again, and again, not that I dislike Shake It, 'cause it was really good. And 4 has a really good, like, man, it goes hard.
Oh, yeah.
I do miss this aspect of 2 and 3 where it almost feels like this was Nintendo's like response to like. What's the phrase? It's like
With like how Mario games are usually like.
No, okay, I got it now. It was almost like this was almost like Nintendo's response to Crash Bandicoot, where Crash Bandicoot was based on old cartoon shows. Like here we see Wario now being subjected to common wild takes and gags, like a typical like Looney Tunes cartoon.
Pretty
Oh
much.
yeah, I could definitely see it like that.
Alright, here we go. This should be the final portion of the level, and
I
somewhere
mean, if
around...
Crash is not gonna like flatten himself into a pancake or set himself on fire without dying, then Wario can, I guess.
And that bad guy over there, he'll.
And
pluck
I,
you a
for
hole.
one, am happy for that.
Yeah.
There we go.
I mean, to be fair, Crash could very well like turn into a pancake or set himself on fire. It just depends on how good at the game you are or not.
Yeah, but he just dies.
Yeah, it's true. He does die frequently.
With Wario, he just walks it off.
Ah, walk it off, you big baby.
Also, this
What a
transformation,
baby.
James, has always been. This transformation has always been a little bit cumbersome
Unsettling.
for me to control.
Okay, now I'm imagining like a scenario. I'm now imagining a scenario with like Wario's in like a graves, like a tombstone. Tana's or Coco or whatever was like over them crying, and Wario's like,
Hey, what are they doing here?
he walks over there after they're gone, and he reads,
Here lies Crash Bandicoot. What a baby.
Alright, boys,
Here we go.
time for round 1. Who wants to
Okay,
go first?
You said bottom left. I look at right.
Well, no, it's gonna. I guess we're gonna now go on our own now. So, hi.
I mean, honestly, you guys are more or less cooperating at this point, so I'd say, yeah.
Okay. So I'll look in the upper right, and Tanooki, look everywhere else. Go chameleon
yes.
style. Okay, we're looking for that guy.
Chameleon style.
Here we go.
Oh, it's not in my section.
I think it's lower right. That was very fast.
it could be on
You
like
see
the
it,
upper
Tanooki?
side of the right or
I think
left.
it's that one, but I
I don't think so.
What's your...
think it's lower right.
Okay, well, which lower right?
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
It could be on the left side.
Oh, it was the
I was
it was the upper
right.
left.
Alright, boys, I get the first point.
Damn it.
Kaboom. We're gonna have to be singing show tunes soon.
Spy on me, baby, you satellite.
Wario
yeah,
Man.
cue to
Wario
think
Man.
that's gonna be the song. Oh boy, okay, here we go.
Okay.
Oh, it's different every time. Shoot.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Okay, I saw it.
What the
Bottom
heck?
row, second one.
What was that slowdown?
James, were you doing time shenanigans on us?
Yeah, because to be fair, you guys already lost the first point, so why that? Again, this is to save on time.
I know.
I don't
know,
need
I know,
your
that's
generosity.
Save on time and save on money.
I don't want your charity.
I was gonna say, thank goodness that this thing happens to have both a slowdown and speed up. I thought it was just speed up.
I mean, how do you think I was able to 100% Donkey Kong 64?
Oh yeah, Doy.
You
because
used
of
it on the
frickin-
Beaver Bother, didn't you?
Not Beaver.
The
How do you do
fairy.
it on Beaver Bother?
It's the darn shoot the fairy
Well,
one.
it's the worst mini game in the entire game, so I wouldn't blame
Not
you
wrong.
if you did use it.
Not wrong.
I don't see a practicality to using it in Beaver Bother. It's the shooting gallery one.
Or it could be that fly swatting mini game. Either way.
No, not the flash one. No, I'm with James. It's when you have to shoot because that's the one where, fun fact, it is like actually I think impossible unless you pause buffer in the virtual console.
Wait,
version.
is it like the one where you shoot watermelons at like the Kremlings and shit?
Not real. Not that one. No, that one's fine. I'm more so talking about the minigame involving you do shoot watermelons, yes, but you have to shoot them at the golden banana, but not the Kongs.
Oh, so prevent monkey genocide.
And genuinely on harder difficulties, I would go in with pretty decent reflexes, and I actually would not have enough time to shoot all the ones that I needed to, and it would end. I had to pause buffer to know exactly where. Like, they expect you, at least on faster running processors, to already know where you're supposed to shoot before it even reveals itself. But yeah, it's I hate this transformation when it's used like that because I can almost never get the right swing arc to land where I need it to.
It really makes you wonder how you were expected to beat those mini games on an original N64 then.
I think I did before.
I think it was because it ran on a slower processor on original N64 compared to emulated PCs or Wii U's.
I mean, it's like
Yeah.
it's like every other game, almost every other game on the N64 hardware, but they all
Oh,
suck.
whoops. Well, didn't want to do this that soon, but okay.
That's a 4. It's either 4 or 1. It can't be anything else
7.
because it's only the.
8!
I have the answer. I was going
No
to say
one tell
chicken
me what I
boat,
just
but
said. Oh, you know what it was? Because I thought about the edge. Fair. My bad. I was a stupid.
Yeah, I pushed the wrong button, and that's why I had to...
So
I was going to say tuna sandwich is the answer, but 8 is also definitely the next one in mind.
That was your second choice. Yeah. Go ahead, James.
I know this isn't considered legitimate, and by all means, if you want to do this on your own time on a 3DS, assuming you're able to do that before they don't allow you to buy the game anymore, what that means, go right ahead.
You know, I actually own this game on the 3DS, and you want to know the method I did?
What was that?
I just pressed the touchscreen over and over. And it freezes the game, briefly.
interesting.
Well, sure, but we're talking like what your strat would be for the number
I mean, it was mostly
game.
with like the enemy matching mini game, but yeah.
Yeah, because in the number match game, slowdown doesn't help you there. It's all about maximizing what you got. And fortunately, as you're seeing, as far as those games are concerned, you get to use whatever coins you've collected between any levels.
Yep, it all stacks.
Yep. So, yay, money. But beyond that, does this game count or care, like how Wario Land 1 and Virtual Boy did? Does this game care about how many like total coins you've collected, or is it just the treasures?
It's just the treasures.
Okay.
The coins are really just there as a currency and nothing more.
Alrighty. Whoa.
That's going to be a little more obvious once we get to Wario Land 3, where the only real point to collecting coins in that game is just to play the golfing minigame.
I'm not looking forward to having to play that golfing minigame.
I mean, if you want to, Logan, I can take care of that.
If you wanna. I just don't want you to feel like you have to like be the one shouldering all the Wario's burden. That's a lot of weight to carry.
You make it sound like I'm not going to enjoy it.
Well, I didn't know what your thoughts were on Wario Land 3.
I love Wario Land 3. Are you kidding me?
Okay.
I love all things Wario except for Master Disguise.
Except for
That
what?
game's just okay.
Yeah. Oh.
Wait, did you leave? Like, I don't know if it was a connection thing or it's.
Hey,
Are you okay, Chris?
Do you
Welcome
like
back to
Master
Duke.
Disguise Tanooki?
Discord is acting really weird on me.
Chris?
Oh, welcome
Hi.
back to Nuke.
Okay.
That
You okay?
happened. Sorry about that. I got Discord,
Okay,
fine.
but I should be fine.
Oh. Okay. No, sorry. We genuinely thought you disconnected the minute James said he didn't care for Master of Disguise.
I've never played it, but I didn't have the interest to do so, so it's fine.
It's
a game that I think had insane promise, but it was also led by a pretty...
Even though I do own the game, I've never even touched it yet.
Really?
It's okay. I'll say that from my experience playing it, it's really neat. It's just...
Okay, something's got to give. This snowman is in my way.
It's really neat, but the levels last forever.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah, it's like, I've always wanted to have, like, a Metroidvania-styled Wario Land game, but from what I've heard with, like, Master of Disguise and what I've seen, it plays nothing like those games.
No. So it is still level centric. The problem is that every level is in and of itself a Metroidvania of sorts, where like there's different like each room like of this quadrant you need to get to in order to like find the objectives. Like, oh, this one you're trying to learn all the puzzles, or this one you're trying to raise the water, so you have to journey around and reach all of these spigots to turn the water on.
Whoa.
But an invisible maze. But the issue is that imagine a Metroidvania every single level, but it's so linear, and it's so easy to get sidetracked and go in circles trying to find where you're supposed to go.
On top of that, the controls for the game aren't quite all that good.
Yeah, I hear you only use the D-pad and the touchscreens.
You use the D-pad or even the face buttons if you're left-handed, and then use the touchscreen for everything else. And it's like,
Probably the face buttons too, yeah.
on paper, that's not a bad idea. But Wario controls so clunky in that style, and it just doesn't feel right.
And by
You
the
look
end
pretty
of it,
floaty.
what became by the end of it, what also became the issue was that some of the commands you had to draw were a little precise, because it's like, oh, this one genuinely what would happen so often is, oh, this one expects you to draw a triangle, but this one expects you to draw a triangle at this angle instead. Oh, you know what, James? It would only work if those X blocks were still there.
Oops.
If we leave, will they not respawn?
Let me check.
I mean, the enemy should respond at least.
Nope.
Yeah, they don't respond. You know what? This is technically my castle.
Yeah.
What's here belongs to me.
So it's all in
That's why
my
I was
wallet
already
already. But yeah, no, beyond that, the other thing I didn't like was there were some really neat power-ups, but they were very disproportionately, like, used. Like, I don't know if it's just me, and I'm assuming James played the whole game as well.
I did.
But I remember having...
Up till the secret chapters. I didn't really finish all those.
Fair enough. But I don't know if it was just me, but I remembered having to use the genius scientist Wario, where he can see stuff and tap to, like, use a big old punching glove on a contraption thing. Like, I remember
I want to say is something you don't even get at the moment you get that power.
No, you have to unlock it, and otherwise you can't do damage to anything. And you walk so slowly in that lab coat. But I'm just saying, like, I just remember getting that power up and then using that power up like 6 times as often as any other costume I was supposed to be using in that game.
It's like I think for what it's worth, it had a great idea. It had a great backing to it, because it does, like, the whole idea of using all these costumes isn't all that dissimilar to, like, other Wario Land games.
Oh, and the dialogue was fun too, like with Wario talking.
And the dialogue wasn't too bad. So it kind of, they kind of played a little too much into the whole Wario's gross factor. Oh, time for round 3, boys.
Oh
Okay,
boy,
got my eyes peeled again.
got my eyes peeled.
All right,
as well.
so just to make sure
I
that
looked,
we don't.
but I don't want to risk getting disconnected again. So I'm gonna go blind
fair.
on this one.
Oh,
Okay,
come on.
fair enough.
Really?
Oh boy, the Monkey Man, my villain enemy, my nemesis.
So
Here we
Donkey
go.
Kong, he owes me money.
Upper right, upper right, upper right.
One point to Gryffindor.
Gryffindor.
That is still my favorite video that I think...
Wait,
Oh, a Yoshi egg.
A Yoshi egg.
That's still one of my favorite videos that...
I was feeling in the mood for an omelet.
that Aqua showed me, the one where it's the slow, dramatic music scene of Dumbledore saying, however, as he's basically about to bullshit away for Gryffindor to win the House Cup, even though Slytherin was clearly ahead in every point academically. and the look on Malfoy's face as everybody cheers for his failure, and it was a fantastic video. Anyway,
Nerd.
so as we're about to destroy the giant spearman, is this are we already nearing the end of our adventure, James?
As a matter of fact, yes.
For this chapter.
Aw, well,
Just gotta remember where the heck to go, because this is probably one of the more one of the more confusing levels in the chapter.
And then, oh wait, no, we just came. Oh no, yeah, that's right. Then we was here, and then we went through that right door again.
Yeah, that's the right way because you were being bullied by that ice guy.
Oh no, left door.
Hey, James, you know what that
Yeah.
yes reminded me of?
What?
Aurora Borealis. In this time
Oh,
of
yeah.
year, in this time of day, in this part of the country, localized entirely within Planet Wario. Yes.
Yes.
Can I see it?
No. Waluigi, Planet Wario's on fire. No, Waluigi,
Waluigi,
it's
that
just
was
the
just
Northern
super-
Lights.
No, I was about to say.
No, Waluigi, it's just Super Mario Galaxy 3 not being non-existing.
One day, maybe.
Wario, you make it sound like you want that to happen.
A Wario
Oh, trust
Galaxy
me.
game
If
would be
it
fun.
features me as a playable character, I would.
Actually, throwing this out there, holy crap, that actually would be really, like, hear me out, because I can already think of a mechanic that'd be really neat, James.
What's that?
Also, well that?
I'm
Oh.
guessing... I'm
No-
guessing 2.
I'll try one more just to be safe.
2.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
that's two.
Yeah. What's your idea, though?
Just to be safe.
Just be safe.
I have had times where it seemed obvious, but it actually was something else completely.
It's actually Waluigi, seen from above.
I was about to say.
But no,
It's actually 5.
but yeah, no, it's the mechanic I see is doing away with launch stars, and instead the way you make it from planetoid to planetoid is you clear a wide enough pass for Wario to start shoulder barging around and around, building up like from the gravitational pull of the planet until you do a jump a la Wario World, and you just rocket to the next planet.
Ooh, that would be pretty
that-
cool.
What I had in mind for, like, the sake of, like, a dumb visual gag is,
Oh,
you know,
no.
like, the
Isn't
blue
it?
pulse...
No.
No, it's not that. It's...
For crying out loud, I'm not always about farts.
Anyway, I was about to say, like, you know the blue pole stars?
Yes.
Yeah.
A gag where Wario tries to use one of them, but the pole star can't pull him up because he's that fat.
It has,
So,
it has
like,
to
the
like,
pole
oh
star
dude, I
just
gotta.
uses him as, like, a wrecking ball?
Yeah.
But at that point, it's either that or at that point, I love the idea of like that.
I came down like a whacking ball.
Oh. But if not that, I could also see like a gag where the Pulsar's like, "Oh, I'm gonna need some backup," and suddenly like 5 other Pulsars like appear just to try and carry Wario away. They can't, oh jeez. All right.
And, like, they could just barely carry him, and all of a sudden, you just see, like, these 5 poor pole stars just dangling Wario across the level, kind of like,
And from way up here, you all look like little ants.
And and I was gonna say, and meanwhile, Wario just has the most elated expression of like,
I'm actually flying. Like, oh god.
Wario, you're a little too heavy, buddy.
Yay!
We're going down.
Yay!
Boom.
Yeah!
exactly that.
Jesus.
There we go. Don't ask how he slide downstairs without it hurting.
I mean, yeah, no,
I can't feel my brain.
Wario is macho enough to literally slide down freaking steps.
Yeah, because I was say like it's not a ramp anymore.
He's macho enough to not get brain damage after this.
Wario laughs at the face of brain damage.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wario laughs at the concept of death. Like, I had this dumb, like, idea in my mind earlier when I was like, because I like to periodically think about, like, plots and moments for, like, animated Mario stuff and Wario stuff. I had this idea of, like, where it looks like Wario's dead. Again, it just looks like he is. And you see, like, very cartoonishly his spirit coming out of his body, ready to leave. And the minute someone's like, now that Wario's gone, we can finally steal his treasure. His spirit's like, what? And the spirit just, like, dives back into Wario's body.
Oh my god.
I can see that.
I was either
It's enough to kill a man, but not this man. Get back in here, soul.
I had
One
another.
other thing I actually had in mind, you go, Logan.
No, you finish your thing. Finish your thing first. Go for it.
Okay, so one other thing I had in mind is that he played a card game against the devil, or not the devil, Death, and won.
And that's why he's now off the hook for the next 30 years. 100 years of Wario. 100 years. No,
www.wario.com. 100 years of Wario.
And then 100 years later, Wario's like, I regret this decision.
I just imagine like he plays that card game. He plays that card game with death and wins. I just imagine like once he brags about it, he just like very cheekily like whispers to like whoever he's telling the story to.
What death doesn't know is that I technically cheated.
and it's not that. The other thing I was thinking that back to.
I cheated anyway.
Oh,
It's a deal.
the other thing I was.
Cheated anyway.
The other thing I was thinking of with the whole him surviving death thing was just I also love the idea of as his soul's rising, somehow his body reanimates and says,
Hey! Where are you going, slacker? And we have money to make.
Okay,
I
one more
was
gag
about-
about like the Wario. Oh, sorry.
Like I was about to say, it's like with everyone that's like, everyone Wario knew and love is dead, and he's like,
Oh God, everyone I knew and love is dead. But Mrs. Money will always be with me. Right, Money?
"This is money."
Oh, you always know the best things to say, money.
and just gingerly kisses the money back.
No, and then
he just
I
kisses
thought
it
I
on
thought
top
the,
of Waluigi's grave.
Jesus, I thought the joke you were gonna make was gonna be like, "All my friends are dead. Who's gonna make my micro games?"
I mean, come on. I mean, this is me we're talking about. I am not good with jokes.
Although,
No, you're fine. It was still funny.
Although I will at least say that, say what you will about Wario's character, I do like what the WarioWare games has done for him. Where like before
Yeah,
he
me
used to
too,
be just
actually.
a complete. Before he used to be a pitiable, greedy schmuckhead who cared more about money than his friends, and now thanks to the WarioWare franchise, he's a pitiable, greedy schmuck who cares about money more than his friends, but has a heart.
Yes. I mean, yeah, I love that part about it too. It's just like I kind of just only did that joke just for the sake of kicking Waluigi.
No,
I mean,
you're
honestly,
fine.
it's weird because when you really stop and think about it, say for like the plot twist of the whole thing, Wario and Get It Together is probably the least asshole he's ever been.
Yeah.
Again,
Like, even
I
if
love
there
the.
were like moments where he was hesitant to go back into the game, he still shows that he's willing to do it just for his friends, other than treasure.
Right.
Even if it was mostly out of force.
But yeah, dude.
Yeah, but no, it was definitely with that dynamic, especially when he was showing off the game to everybody while they were, because in that instance, he was the only one working on the game while everyone else was just relaxing and doing whatever. But like, I still love that post that said like, at this point, the dynamic is that WarioWare is like that one like wacky uncle that everyone just keeps around because they like him.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, I'd keep him around.
Actually, just yeah, of
course.
course. Sorry, I wanted to go back one last time to the whole like Wario's dead thing.
Yes.
Like one gag okay, I promised last time. A gag I had in mind. It's like you see his spirit like floating away. All of a sudden, it just starts floating down. It's like, wait, why am I going down?
That's the end. Oh, shit.
Just, hold on, wait, what's going on?
Stop me!
This
Please!
is not good. We're gonna. Oh.
Fire Phoenix powers. Come to me.
Oh wait.
Please!
Oh wait, can this fire not actually break these X blocks?
They can break
No.
the X blocks. We just need to break those fire blocks.
Oh hey.
Alright, round 4.
Okay, here we go. Let's do it.
Today we will be looking for another pirate goon.
A little pirate mook. Okay, here we go. Looking on the right side.
Oh, I think it's the one you have highlighted.
Correct! Yay!
Hey, you did
Oh
it.
wow, okay, I was looking at the football helmet guy. Alrighty, 2 for us and the Okami.
Paintbrush.
Oh hey! It's the paintbrush that belongs to the Wario artist, formerly known as Wario.
The artist formerly known as Wario.
Actually, what was the name you had instead, Chris? The artist formerly known as what?
Just Artist Wario.
Oh, okay.
Or Wario Nardo. That is probably fine.
Wario
Nardo da Vinci.
which actually is a thing in Master Disguise. Artist Wario is a thing.
There's that, and then there's also WarioWare Gold.
Which actually, fun fact, that's another thing that Wario Master Disguise used way too often was Artist Wario having to draw block after block.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until you got an upgrade that he would even let you draw more than one block. Okay.
One more, and...
Okay, stop. Okay, so let me look at this. So,
This...
I'm guessing 6?
It can't
It's
be
either
two-
5 or 6.
Yeah, it's either 5 or 6. Draw another one.
We need one more.
Oh, that's 6.
It's six.
You
It's 6.
tease me, Gabe.
No, it could be
You
it could be
tease
8 though. It could be 8 as well. It's either 6 or 8. Why is it so quiet?
Sorry,
I'm so- I was like, oh my
I was just texting back somebody.
Okay.
Oh, no, you're fine.
It was 6.
I knew it was 6.
Yeah, it was either 6 or 8, but yeah, there you go. 6.
Again, I don't want to waste any time.
I
don't
know.
care about using save states
Again,
in this case.
I-
This is one of those things I honestly don't think is aged very well.
Because again, for anyone wondering, if you fail, that's it. You gotta start all over. You gotta start the stage all over again, and you have to play through that entire level. And there's a lot, as you've seen.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder how many kids that actually owned this game back in the late 90s actually was
Aw.
able to 100% it.
We've made it to the final thing on Wario's to-do list.
Kick him out!
Kick them out. They didn't pay my rent.
Something about seeing kick him out in such nice flourished text from a Nintendo game is so charming to me.
You know what? With what Chris was literally yelling out there, a part of me does wonder, what's the fucking housing rates like in Planet Wario?
I have no idea.
Actually, what I was...
Probably ridiculously high.
Probably knowing Wario, but for some reason what I was thinking... Like, it wouldn't make sense making Wario this, but him just yelling rent just makes me think, you'll get your rent when you fix this damn door!
I was sitting on that for like 30 seconds, like I was so ready, like here it comes, and I was gonna say, I was gonna make it be like Waluigi, like, you'll get your rent when you fix this damn door! For those wondering, that's a Spider-Man reference.
Yes.
Oh, fuck.
Oop.
No!
Oh, there you go.
You will not die on me today, Penguin!
You're not dying on me, basketball.
You owe me money.
You are dying on me today, money.
You'll die when I say you'll die.
My name is Richard, not
Right now.
Money, sir.
You say when I say it's die until Wario Land 4.
What?
Or Wario Land 3 if you count the final boss.
In which case, everything dies.
Everything
had a
but
really-
Wario dies.
I just had a really bad image.
What's up?
Is that when he said, like, oh, you'll die when it's Wario Land 4 or whatever, like, I had such a, oh, we needed that guy.
Dumbass.
Oops.
I just had a really bad image, but every time I think of it, it makes me laugh.
Well, go ahead and say it.
Say it, please.
Is because of the connection to Wario
Oh,
Land 4.
hello.
Oh,
What the?
Mini Wario!
oh, this
I'm
is,
a midget.
so this, we don't use that for,
Oh,
oh,
there
geez.
goes Mini Wario.
So, okay, so at that moment, what's happening there is that is the confirmation that that little thing that we saw at the end of Mario Land 2 was not actually Wario?
Maybe?
Wait, what?
Wait, what do you
Honestly, it's
mean?
hard to that honestly it's hard to say because that's one of those things about the Wario that's rarely ever brought up upon.
One of those things about the Wario.
Yeah, we don't
Yeah.
talk about that.
I was
But,
about to
but
say
no,
like the
talk
weird,
about Wario.
like the weird.
Yeah, okay, we can't bounce on them.
Yeah.
Oh,
There we
there.
go.
Oh,
He can still high jump. That's
Yeah, I was
really-
about.
okay.
Oh, that was just for golden.
Yeah, I was about to say. I like when you guys are talking about the final boss for Mario Land 2. I did have this weird canon where like the Wario that you fought in that game. That's actually not Wario. That's like him in a mech
Actually, wait a
suit or
minute.
something.
I can see that.
Okay, hold on.
I
I'm
mean,
convinced there's
it
something
looks
up
so
there, considering-
off-model comparing to
It's
what we
either-
usually see out of him. That's something you would at least expect.
You know what it is? I think you need to remain as Little Wario and high jump up to the left.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
that's
Oh, yes.
Now be careful,
Yeah,
Russell.
honestly, like-
Don't get sliced. What did I say?
But no,
What part of don't get sliced means nothing to you, James Man? You are a disgrace to Wario. Look at me.
no, I
Look at
had
me.
I had one, but no, the thing that makes me laugh every time I think about it is
Look at me, Paul.
just the connection between Chris saying that you can die when it's time for Wario Land 4 or whatever. The image in my head is this: we suddenly see. We suddenly see. I'm sorry, I'm gonna get like. I'm sorry, I'm about to get a little graphic with describing this, but it's what makes the joke. Is what makes
Just
the
get
lead up
on
to the
with
joke
it.
funny to me. Oh, we need to come out there with little Wario, James. I think.
No, we just got crouch.
Oh, okay. There's a family that is patiently crying and like sitting beside the deathbed of a loved one as they're sitting just the doctor is sitting just on call and
Damn it.
it's a very somber tone. Maybe there's some like deep, nice emotional music, and then the camera pans over just a little bit more to show Wario, and Wario's just sitting there looking at his watch, going, "Hurry up!"
You know what? That's how they got the clip.
That's how they got it. I was like,
Which, by the way, that is still one of my favorite voice clips from the Martinet really just like gave it his all in some of these early Wario games, like between this and Wario
Yeah.
World. Like he just punched it.
I always love him as Wario.
I don't know if he has the energy for it
Whether
anymore.
if he was doing like the higher pitch in the N64 days or the lower ones and what you hear now.
right.
He means like in the GameCube era Wario.
Yeah, I know. I love the GameCube era Wario too.
Yeah, screw it. I'm wasting time here.
No, okay, you're fine. You're fine. Yeah, we got a good amount. Of
I'll make
coins.
plenty of moolah along the way. Trust me.
Oh, and I guess the last thing I was gonna say is that I know that it saves our coins between stages. Does that also count for when we either repeat stages or go through different timelines?
I believe so.
Oh,
guys,
Yeah,
I'm
no,
a time traveler.
yeah.
Oh, fuck these guys.
What's wrong
Oh,
with
These
the
guys
Pelicans?
got so much worse compared to the original game. With how fast they spit out their spiky
Blip.
fish.
Oh, right. But yeah, no, I don't know if it's I don't know if, again, knowing what we know now about Luigi's Mansion 3, I don't know if he'd be able to pull it off now, but with the energy of that, but I really did enjoy Martinet's tone with Wario.
Same.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, I'll give him credit. Like, what he was able to do with WarioLand Get Together, despite the fact you could clearly tell he
WarioWare
he's
get
definitely...
together. You got my hopes up.
WarioWare Get Together.
Right.
You know, I'd love for a WarioLand...
Don't you ever mock me like that.
I'll throw it out there and say that I actually see. Oh boy, I'll throw it out there and say that I could see the confusion being made given how much more platformy the WarioLand, how much more platformy WarioWare Shake It is.
Well,
there.
certain characters, yes.
Well, I was about
Oh,
to say like
This is not good.
just going back real quick, like you say that about Get It Together, and I'm not gonna say you're wrong. I feel like Gold definitely shows that he's still perfectly capable of doing like a really energized Wario.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, even though it's pretty obvious that, you know, it's not
just-
quite as...
For some reason, they decided to cut all that and get it together. I love the game. That's just like the only thing that's I feel like was missing from it.
I mean, I'm not going to give him too much shit for that because Wario Land Gold, right from the get-go, was trying to be so much different with its presentation than any other Wario game or WarioWare game at that point.
Yeah.
Get Together was trying to sort of do like a middle ground between the two, and I think as far as that's concerned, it's still really damn good.
Yeah, but that means that I will have to put myself to work on dubs before some other schmucks get to do it before me.
You're welcome.
In my defense, I sat on that son of a bitch for like 5 months because I was lazy.
Well, also we were also waiting on other people too.
Funny enough, I said I would do like a dub, like a short dub when the demo was out, but I never got around it.
But I will say it was fun doing those like that
Oh,
game.
wow, I got
Okay,
lucky.
nice. Okay, here we go.
Okay, looking again.
All right, here we go.
Creature
Okay.
to
For those that are wondering, yes, I could technically do the other ones, but I want to save my money.
Why not?
the creature today is
Work
we have the
harder, not
technology. We can
smarter.
rebuild him.
Today's creature is...
Football man.
Little guy with boxing gloves and a helmet.
Footballman. Oh, top row, second one.
Oh, top row, second one?
Yay!
Yeah, I saw it too.
I almost confused him with the normal Mook again.
Something tells me I'm going to have to get my vocal cords ready soon.
Is that a Wario?
What is
Is
that?
that a Wario harmonica? Or...
No, it looks like Mario but more deformed. So basically, yeah.
No, it's totally supposed to be based on one of those specialized dolls that are
So like one of those Russian dolls.
no Japanese.
Oh, now I know the ones you're talking about. Yeah.
Like
The,
it looked like
geisha
something
looking
you would
doll
see from
things.
Russia with like the face and all that.
It definitely had the base, but
I know there's a name for it.
Or at least that's what I think it's a face. It's just hard to tell with the pixels.
right.
But it's like I know what you're talking about. You're talking about like the ones that are like I forget the proper name for it, but it's like the little dolls that like you can like have them like be inside of each other.
Yeah, the babushka
Yes.
doll. I don't
Yeah,
think that's what it's
something
actually
like
called. It's like Matryoshka or something like that. But the nesting,
Matryoshka, that's it.
Yeah.
but yeah, nesting doll.
It's either that or just like a regular creepy looking doll in general.
But I see what was happening there. Yeah, no worries. Well, as we climb up further to hopefully kick every last one of these suckers out, I
Actually,
will say.
speaking of,
Oh, for fuck's
oh
sake.
boy,
Sometimes the heavier platforms can really get in the way.
Only
Yeah.
life has a rewind button. Or, you know,
I
a
never
save
was able
state
to properly set one up with RetroArch.
Yeah. Actually, I'll let you do your thing real quick, Logan. But first, I just want to say, just going back to Matryoshka dolls. Now, for some reason, I have this image in mind where it's like, you remember in Rise of the Guardians where Santa had like the Matryoshka doll, and like each little doll is like a different part of his personality? For some reason, I'm imagining Wario having like something like that himself. Like one doll representing his greed, one representing his bravery, one representing what he thinks is his suaveness.
And one at the very, very middle that represents how big of a baby he actually is.
And Waluigi. Waluigi's just there.
Yeah, with big eyes. Eyes that can see the money possibilities in anything.
Good times. It was still an okay movie.
Oh, I loved it.
And,
Oh, boy.
again, let's just throw Waluigi in there, because why not?
It's always.
Yeah.
Probably
It's
more
cold.
natural, but you know.
It's cold. It's dank. And Waluigi's here.
He's there. He's always here.
He's always in my mind, man. No matter how hard I tried, he just keeps coming back.
I know.
Alright, so the skull on the door is not there for nothing. This is where we'll be fighting our boss for the chapter.
Okay.
The skeleton guy.
You know, considering everything we dealt with up to this point, take a wild guess who we're fighting.
Captain Syrup, I was like, there you are. Now, alright, now get down here.
She's
Oh.
back, and she's brought along technology.
Whoa.
It's time for some man versus machine.
Yeah. Now I'm just thinking like, you can't beat me, Wario. I have technology.
Is that a
Wario's
wind-up
inside.
toy?
Just punches it. Oh, I see.
Oh,
So I see. So your chance to hit is when it's recharging.
No, seriously, is it a wind-up toy? Because that's literally what it's
No,
acting
we
like.
just saw lightning come out of it.
Oh,
Yes,
so
Yeah,
it's a
she charges
lightning
it with, like, a little lightning
wind-up toy. Okay,
yes, exactly. Oh, but only from the front.
with that stupid helmet.
Well,
I will say, this is one of those things that can be pretty, not all that hard, or very fucking annoying, because if that mecha spearhead head thing literally grabs Wario, he tosses him straight up,
Yeah.
and then you're forced to restart the fight from
Oh, boy.
from square one. This is probably one of the more annoying aspects of the Wario Land boss fights, is that if you get hit at any point, you gotta redo it all from the beginning.
yeah, 2 and
Yeah.
3 both did this, where, again,
I
they're
guess-
puzzle-ish, but it's... There we go.
Alright, now I gotta be careful here. Got her!
Like, it
Nice!
also does play into the whole trial and error thing, like 2 and 3 was going for, but it's like, I guess I'm like a lot of those people who kind of just prefers to have, like, a health and, you know, dying into the boss.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Rather
Yeah.
than just, you know,
Right.
starting the
But
whole
yeah,
thing
go ahead.
over again. Sorry.
No, you're
No,
fine.
you're fine.
Yeah, go ahead, James. What was up with that?
So, yeah, honestly, that was probably one of my better run attempts against the damn thing, because this thing, the robotics, the metal spearhead always gave me shit way back when.
Well, look
Yeah.
at you now.
All right.
Now look at you, you big boy. Here, have a sticker and have a gumdrop.
But no, and I agree to that. I almost wish between this and definitely some of the bosses in 3, I wish they at least gave you like multiple chances to try and learn the boss.
It's either
Yeah.
3 or 8.
Or 9.
I mean, I guess that's what the trial and error aspect of it was for, but still, I guess I just prefer how...
It was
You hit
9.
4.
So just always guess 4 no matter what. No, it's 9. Okay.
Okay.
It kind of looked like a 4.
It did actually look like it was just missing one shape, but there we go. Wait.
All right, and pretty much a 5 out of 50 pieces are more or less found.
And with that, in this one session alone, we have managed to beat. This is the shortest of the possible timelines.
Yes, because after all said and done, Wario gives Syrup and her pirates the boot.
Oh,
Good luck! And don't ever come back! Except when you bring money, then come back!
Maybe come back in another 10 years.
And also get a new outfit. That one's so tacky. And purple, and maybe you look good in purple. I don't know.
And dye your hair! Jeez, man!
I love how after all said and done, Wario had another W emblem right under the
I was gonna
skull.
say yeah, because it came out twice. Like you have any idea how much I have to pay for those?
And so Wario can finally get his good night rest.
Finally.
What a silly game that was.
Yep, and this is pretty much where we get our credits. And you're all gonna have to sit through all of them.
Every time.
Yay.
Yes,
Oh,
because technically they are different each and every time.
all right. Well, in this version, the birds.
this is pretty much the version where see the great open doors. This is all stuff you could actually do if you actually, got out.
Right, because normally it's not all taking place in Wario's castle.
Right, like this is supposed to be a globetrotting adventure, but no, for the sake of this chapter, we just stuck straight to the castle.
I mean, with the pandemic, you don't want to go anywhere at that time.
Yes.
Yeah, especially without a mask. Even Wario's not that stupid.
Seriously.
Exactly, man. Wear your mask.
You know what? I just imagine Wario, because of the structure of his face, he would have 2 masks on. One just for his nose and one just for his mouth.
Also, I
Same
believe
could be
this was-
applied
I
to
believe
Mario
there'd
if we're going by that.
Also, I believe there'd be no better chance for me to do this.
Vaccinate your children.
Vaccinate your children, or I'll do it for you.
Don't.
Honestly, could you see Wario being an anti-vaxxer?
I mean, if it gives him the money, he probably would.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, I feel like he would lean either or, depending on which one he would see as being more profitable.
But then
for him.
again, that begs the question: would he get sick from Corona? Seeing how he literally went through.
We are not going. Yeah, it is true, but I'm just throwing this out there only because I'm not meaning to mock your joke there, but just I do not want to go down Matt Pat territory of who would survive.
Who would survive the Corona?
Video.
It's a theory.
I mean, to be fair, back then it was in poor taste. Nowadays, I don't think anyone's gonna give a fuck.
Again,
I
it's,
don't.
it's laughable at most. But anyway,
It is,
anyway,
yeah.
back.
But you know what? But honestly, to be completely honest though, he just eat it like he eats cavities.
Yeah, that is
He just
true.
eats those things.
But yeah,
like
That's
that.
how he has those pearly whites.
Yeah.
He just eats it. It's like, could use some mustard.
So
No,
yeah.
Could use some garlic salt.
So back to Wario Land 2. Yeah, I will say definitely looks a lot nicer on Game Boy Color than Game Boy. And
The
again,
only thing we're missing out on doing the Game Boy Color version is a snazzy little, usual snazzy, Super Game Boy backdrop that comes along with playing your game on a Super Game Boy.
Oh,
and
yeah,
the
I love
ability
that
to
one.
change the color palette at whim.
Well, that is also true.
I mean, I will say.
Although
with the backdrop for-
considering how late Wario,
I was about to say it's like with the Super Game Boy backdrop for this game. I was about to say it's like, man, this is the closest we would get for a Super Nintendo Wario Land game.
yeah, I mean, granted, we did have Wario's Woods and Mario and Wario, but we never had a proper like Wario Land for the Super Nintendo
Exactly.
because, and then I totally understand why. Like,
yeah, it's like a handheld series and all that, and I get that.
well, it's also because the people that made them back in the day were primarily, developing for the Game Boy
Yeah.
above anything
That's
else.
true.
Wait, Super Mario Club? Where's the Super Wario Club?
I don't want them being in my club. Get them out of here.
I mean, to be fair, Wario, it's not as grim as you think it would be. It's just a debugging club.
I'll debug your face.
Yeah, I don't know why the game's just such a. Oh, hang on. And he went right back to sleep.
Look at those C's.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't really have much plan. I love the implication of this that he never even really wanted power. He just wanted to be able to know
I'm falling asleep in a castle.
Like, he already has the power technically. Like, he kind of just has a castle.
He just wants to live the good life, that's all.
Yeah, so
He
that's
just wanted to live in early retirement.
which is why I don't see.
I mean,
him as-
he's honestly better than a lot of scumbags out there in that, yeah, like, he'll lie and cheat his way to victory, but it's also one of those things where, like, he actually makes the effort.
Yeah.
Like, well, that's the thing. Like, I don't see him as someone who would
Like, he'll brute force all this stuff himself if he has to.
I don't see him as doing.
Or, you
I
know,
don't
if
see him as
Nintendo
someone
would let
who would
him.
like be. Yeah, I don't see.
Yeah.
I don't see him as someone who would be intentionally like cruel to someone or make them suffer unless they got in the way of his money.
Yeah.
Not just like like if they said you can't have this, and then he'd be like no. Anyway, 5
No.
treasures down.
5 treasures, 5 map pieces. We're more or less on track, and because we were able to actually finish the game, quote unquote, we now have access to the treasure map.
Good God.
AKA my own personal time
Look
machine.
at this.
It's pretty much a glorified stage select.
Glorified time machine stage select nonetheless.
Because holy crap! Look at how many more
Because
levels.
multiple timelines.
But hey,
Yes.
this time we're gonna see it all through proper.
Pretty much.
Yep. So yeah, with that all said and done, ladies and gentlemen, it all pretty much loops indefinitely until you actually, quit the game. Or turn off the console.
Yeah.
Go to sleep. So, on that note, we'll see you all next time when we actually start our adventure proper.
All
I
right.
just have to get out of bed first.
But first, let's get some sleep. I'm tired.